Hello my YouTube world, this is Johnny Mo coming to you with a great video today. Today we're going to pit the backpack wars. I picked the three biggest and baddest backpacks. I picked Stihl br700, I picked the br700 by Redmax, and I picked Echo's biggest, the 770T. To me, these are the three of the best selling backpacks and the most powerful. What we've done is we've tried to make this POW as even as possible. Now granted, it's not perfect, but I think in the end you're going to see a result and you'll be able to choose for yourself which backpack is best for you and which backpack is the most powerful. Now, we're going to start out with the 770T. I can already tell you right off the bat, if you're a bigger guy like me, this backpack is the most comfortable if you're into the big backpacks. This is a very comfortable backpack. More comfortable than this. This is okay. My favorite out of all of them, if I had to pick one, and I had to use one at all times, that means summertime and leaf time, it would be this. This is the lightest of the three. These pads are the most comfortable too. But if I had to pick one just out of comfort doing leaves, it would be the br700. But that doesn't really matter because you guys want to know about the power of these blowers. And we're going to show you. It is raining right now. It is sprinkling. It's rained all night. I want to thank my friend for taking this video to help you guys decide and to see. This is the only test that really matters when it comes to these big backpack blowers, okay? Because all of them can blow grass off a drive up, but can they move a bulk of leaves that are soaked and wet? We're going to start off with this one right here. Alright guys, what I'm doing is I'm counting in my head by 20, so it gets 20 seconds for the stream. Now for the big boy, the br700. It would help if I turned it on. Alright guys, that was 20 seconds. Now for the last one, the br700. Alright guys, we're going to take a look at the lines. Here we go. This is the Echo 770. Made a nice line straight up. That was the 20 seconds. Same with the br700. As you can see, as we went up, the line got narrow as it comes up into here, but it started to blow some of these leaves up in here. So it definitely went a little bit further. I would say the line is about 1 foot further than the Echo. Now, I do want to say something here. I noticed when I was blowing that the leaves down here were a little bit lighter, a little bit more compact and wet here. It's an unofficial test, but I just wanted to make that. Now, this here is the br700. You're going to notice that the pattern is definitely wider. And look at this. It is about, I would say, even with the 8500, as far as to where it stops blowing leaves cleanly. It's definitely a wider pattern. Now, when you get to the 8500, started to blow some of those back leaves a little bit further. They're a little bit thicker here than they were there. But look at that. So right now, as it stands, the 8500 blew it a little bit further than the br700, a little bit. Now, when you back it up, you can see that the br700 did a better job of cleaning the ground. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to have my associate help me. He's going to videotape. We're going to switch the piles to see if the br700 can go into this pile and blow it farther and see which one. We're not going to do it with the Echo, and the only reason is because the Echo is not quite as powerful, and it's clearly when I'm using them that the Echo is definitely not the winner, but it did a great job, and it should be talked about in the comparison. Definitely talked about. The 8500 beat the Echo by a foot. The br700, which did a thicker pile of leaves, definitely cleaned a wider lane, not quite as far. But we're going to see if this blower can move that heavy batch, see if this one can extend that over there. YouTube world, this is Johnny Mo coming to you with a office video to go with the video that I just shot outside. I feel so bad about this. I lost the footage because my phone died. So the second part of that test did not come out on video, but I'm going to be honest with you because you know I'm straightforward with you. The br700 moved that second pile further, whereas the 8500, the Redmax, did not move the other pile where the 700 was. So, having said that, as it stands right now, from the initial testing that I've done out of those three blowers, and I picked those three blowers. Now, obviously, Stihl makes one that's supposed to be able to compete. It doesn't have quite the stats that the Echo has. Since Echo owns them, I chose to use the Echo. Mariama is supposed to have one that's 903, but the problem with the Mariama one is that 903, it doesn't state that the CFM, the 903, is at the end of the pipe or if it's in the housing. And I didn't even want to take a chance with that because they didn't state it. I have seen a comment from Supreme Services saying that Mariama is going to come out and blow them all out of the water. But a friend of mine called me last week and seen my video. He came up and bought my br600 from me. And we were in the backyard, and I was kind of showing him the differences between the blowers. And it was kind of like, you know, he was noticing the same thing, that the br600 wasn't really outperforming that much of the br700. Well, he bought the br600, and he ended up going to a store to buy another br600 because very large outfit, needs a lot of blowers. They didn't have one, so he bought a br700. He calls me a couple days later and says, hey, you might want to relook at the testing because it looks from what he's doing now. He does a lot of leaves, that the br7, his guys were telling him the br700 is outperforming the br600 hands down. So me being who I am, you know me, I give you honest reporting. I decided to set this test up and say, you know what, let's just look. Finally, let's take the three biggest backpacks, let's go out there and let's just show them. Couple things that I noticed right off the bat was I was surprised by the 770 hanging as much as it did. Now I know the 8500 blew right past it about a foot, but that foot was very light. You know what I mean? So here's what I noticed. The 770 blows a strong stream up and then stops. It doesn't take any of that. Once it stops, it stops. What I noticed about the 8500 is when it goes up and then
It's where it stops cleaning the grass is about the same, cleaning the grass like cleanly is the same as the 770, but then it started to take some of those other leaves a foot further, and it started to, take them away a little bit. So it's clearing the path. So that lets me know there's more power. Same thing with the br700. I noticed the same thing. The br700, when it first, it was wider pattern because it shoots out wider. And it also, once it was done, it kept it. Once it was done, it stopped. It didn't go. It didn't go. I think it was like right with the 8500 initially. So I was like, when I was looking at it, I'm saying, okay, so we're going to take the backpacks, we're going to switch them. When I stuck the br700 in the line of the 8500's POW, I noticed that those leaves started shooting even further. And you'll see that in the video. What you didn't see is that the 8500 could not move any more leaves where the br700 was. So I'm going to go ahead and say this. The br700 right now, to me, is the #1 blower on the market for power. Comfort, it's all about your operator. Which pads you like, how heavy the blower is, and everyone's going to ask me, what about Husqvarna 580? Husqvarna 580 is too big of a backpack. I just hate to say that. It's going to be as powerful as a Redmax, but it's 2 more pounds heavier. It's 26 pounds. That is a big backpack. And for the average guy, you're not going to want to strap that on for two. Like yesterday, we did a leaf cleanup where I had the blower on for an hour and a half straight. And I'm glad I had the Stihl, because it's powerful. But if I had the Redmax, it would bother my shoulders after about 2 hours. I still like the Redmax. I like the Redmax's pads. If the Redmax, if Stihl could get their pads and put them on, that would be awesome. The Stihls come right here on me. I'm a bigger guy, I admit it. And what happens, it starts to dig right here, whereas the Redmax comes down, and so does the Echo. The Echo is a very comfortable blower, and I think that they need to be in when we're talking about powerful blowers. I think Echo, after today's video, I think that they should be in the running as something for you to consider. Now, whoever comes out with a more powerful backpack, more power to them, but I just showed you out there in the field. You got to see it. It's br700, 8500. They're so close. They're so close. And I think those are the 2 monster backpacks. Everyone else is coming. I still will say this. I'm still going to say I'm disappointed in Stihl for not taking it a bit further. For not going up to maybe into the 970, 980, 1000 CFM realm. I think I'm disappointed in that. Now, in my testing, just in the yard testing right here, my initial testing, just blowing grass, the 8500 one in the summertime. Now, in this testing, this is the only testing that truly matters to me. I don't care about blowing a rock up the street or blowing anything. This is how far it went. We're talking about blowing leaves. In this testing, I believe the br700 came out on top of the Redmax. And that's true testing. And that's what I give you here on this channel. I'm honest with you. To me, it does not matter. I'm not faithful to any one of them. I have all Stihl right now. That could change in 2 years. In 2 years, I'll probably scrap everything and I'll go to the next. It might be back to Echo. It might be Redmax. I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do. I can tell you that I'm not impressed with the Stihl's starting issues of the 95R. I just don't like it. They're very temperamental starting. So that might be an issue going forward. I'm not sure. But right now, I do like all my Stihl. I do like the br700. So to me, I'm very glad I've got 2 br700s now. So they're done. I've got 2 br700s. I just bought another one here about 3 days ago. I will probably show you both of them in another video. But that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. This is the video of all videos. I think this is the video everyone's been waiting for. And Johnny Mo gave it to you right here on Johnny Mo's channel. Thank you. Have a great day, guys.